lesson 2. As you know, in lesson 1 we talked about in 4/4 time what our basic rhythms are, basic note values are, 4 for a whole note, and so on. We also talked about the standard notation for drum set, hi-hat with your foot, kick drum, tom, snare, tom-tom. There's the ride, there's the hi-hat, there's the crash. If this looks a little different than yesterday, it's because this standard is not consistent and you will see different things. So be aware of that. Okay, so today we're going to go on to subdivision. So these are called 16th notes, and these happen in the space of 1 beat, okay? And the way we count it, the way we say it in our head to distinguish what we're doing is 1 E and a. 1 E and a. So if it was on beat 2, we would say 2 E and a. And so forth. Okay, so if we have this figure, this is an 8th note and 2 16th notes. And so it is going to go 1 E and a. You just don't hear the E. This is how we count it out. You don't play on the E, but you still count it in your head. If you see a dotted 8th note tied to a 16th note, you're going to count it the same way. 1 E and a. And the silent counts are E and. There's the value of 3 16th notes in that dotted 8th note. So there is subdivision for you. That's a whole new realm of counting for drummers, and you're going to see a lot of that. Okay, we're going to move on to some standard drum set notation. We talked about yesterday how we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to be in 4/4 time. We're going to call it the drum set. And we're going to say, I want to hear the kick drum, which I said was right here, and the hi-hat with the foot pedal. No, I want that on 2. Kick drum on beat 1 and beat 3. So these little things are rests. That's 1 beat of not playing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Just going to go back to the beginning. All right. So let's put the snare, you guessed it, on beat 2 and 4. Now you won't always see all the rest written in there because it just gets really messy. So right here my snare is resting, but my kick drum is playing. You can write it like this. And it still means the same thing, and it looks a lot cleaner, doesn't it? Boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick. That's what that sounds like. Okay, we're going to add one more thing, and you guessed it, it's going to be the hi-hat on, let's just do quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, chick, boom. So that's your basic rock beat, and that's how it looks when it's written out. You're going to see all kinds of things, and some of you already play really difficult rhythms, but you haven't seen it written out yet. And so I challenge you to look at music, figure out what those rests mean, figure out what those note values are, and work it out, because the value of a drummer who can read notes is priceless, right? That's what distinguishes the boys from the men. Pardon me for the women drummers, the women from the girls, is drummers that can read music. One more thing I'd like to talk about is sticking. And sometimes you'll see complicated rhythms that are written out with R's and L's above it. That's not a complicated rhythm, is it? But you'll see an R and L up there, and what that means is it's telling you which hand to use, right or left, right or left. Okay, you're going to see that later on, so take note. Okay, that's all for lesson 2. Thank you.